Hello my friends and welcome back to another Brotato Ultimate Nightmares run, where we play the characters that are hardest to beat in the new Nightmare mode as chosen by you. Today we're playing the Brawler, which I've had a lot of people tell me is really difficult thanks to the low ranged, especially when playing with full projectiles on Nightmare mode. And this is also the first game that I'm playing on the full release of the new update. I need to play with a character that's not the Wounded in order to unlock the Wounded so that I can do my guide. You'll probably see this run after the Wounded guide, but I figured I might as well record it since I have to win a run in order to unlock it on the non-beta save anyways. So really exciting that the update is out. Obviously we're in the Nightmare Mode Challenge run. Here, I'm going to reroll, and reroll again. I'm looking for harvesting. I'll roll one more time. This character gets gets very cheap weapons, so you don't need as much money in order to find your weapons, because we're using fists, and we start with one extra fist, in order to, and it's a cheap weapon, so we should be able to find a lot of copies of it. I missed 3 times. I'll just take an armor. Armor, of course, is going to be really important for a melee character. We don't really want more knockback. Fist already has a lot of knockback. I'm just going to ban Boxing Glove, and we'll ban Glasses. We start with minus 50 range. It's kind of a fool's errand to try to fix that range. In general, on the Brawler, you're better off just building defensive stats so that you can run in, and the low range doesn't matter. I am leaving all of these items in the pool. Do I want to lock Cute Monkey? It's very good healing for this character. I think it is actually good enough to lock, and then we'll lock another fist and go straight to wave 2. Obviously, the Gentle Alien is really good economy and also great stat for us, but Cute Monkey is one of the best ways to heal for a melee character like this. We're always going to be on top of the materials that we drop, so it should give me a lot of healing. So I think it is efficient enough to lock, even though, of course, we could be, re-rolling for an economy item there. Here, I'm going to roll again, and I could take 2 melee damage. I could take an armor. I think I am just going to take 2 melee damage. We do, of course, need to increase the damage of our weapons. And while, obviously, I'd love to roll for harvesting, it's really important that we have the clear speed to kill stuff, so we're going to make sure that we have that as well. There will be time to build harvesting later, of course. Now, this character, because it's melee, using only melee weapons, is never going to trigger the pufferfish explosions from the basic pufferfish. The enhanced pufferfish will still explode, but only with 4 projectiles, so we'll need to approach those from an angle. Enhanced pufferfish being new on the Abyss in the new update. I could pick up some lifesteal. Lifesteal's okay on fists because you attack pretty fast, and we are going to want to run into the middle of groups of enemies, so 2% lifesteal isn't bad. We also, of course, get extra dodge because the Brawler gets 15 dodge, and we get 15 dodge from the unarmed weapon tag, so we're definitely going to want to build dodge. But here, I think I'm going to reroll looking for harvesting. Do I take 6 max HP over 5 harvesting, though? I think I do. It's a level 2 upgrade, and it's also a stat that we want. Then I'm going to roll one more time here, and we'll just keep taking the level 2 upgrades with the 8% damage. I'm definitely a little concerned that we haven't found any harvesting yet, but we should be able to find some soon. We're going to ban Scared Sausage. That's not at all what this character wants to do, and then we'll lock a fist. Also, of course, we're using fists because it's the best weapon for this character. It's just a very efficient weapon, really good damage ratio, very cheap. You start with one, so it's easy to find a lot more copies of it. You can play the Brawler with Fist or Claw. Hand, obviously, is much, much harder, but Fist is just such an efficient weapon that any character that can use it is often going to want to. I am going to build Curse on this character. Because it's melee, if you're worried about how much health the enemies have, you can, of course, avoid building Curse, but I think that it's a strong enough character that I'm happy to build Curse. We'll take 8 harvesting here, finally get that rolling. You can see we're a little bit behind economically because we missed so many times on harvesting early on. We'll keep upgrading our fists, buy a helmet, and roll. Alright, Jerky is incredible. I have negative movement speed right now, so even though -5 luck is pretty bad on this character, I am going to take the Terrified Onion, and then we'll lock these 2 items as well. More good healing from Cute Monkey. 2 Cute Monkeys and a Jerky should be plenty of healing for quite some time. Even though it's not any regeneration or anything like that, but it's a lot of non-standard healing. Walking into that projectile was obviously bad, though. Gonna try to kill the healer here, and then we'll get the other healer, and then I should be able to take out both of these curse aliens that were stacked on top of each other. And then... is there another one? Because we have a gentle alien, you're guaranteed 2 curse alien spawns on wave 5, but we have a gentle alien, so there's a chance that we would have gotten 3. I didn't see a 3rd one, though. Even though Fist only has 1.5x critical damage, so crit chance isn't that effective on it, I'm still going to take the Insanity here. It only costs 9, and maybe we'll end up with some crit synergy items. And then I think I will just take the 2 Lifesteal here, just because it's a level 2 upgrade. 3 armor, also incredible. And then we're going to buy this whole shop, but I can't afford all of it. So let's buy the Cute Monkey and do a reroll. This leaves me with enough money to buy another Fist if we roll into one, and since it's the Wave 5 shop, we're guaranteed to see a weapon in every shop, so there's a decent chance we roll into another Fist. I'll lock the Weird Food and then, or buy the Weird Food, and then I will reroll one more time, lock a helmet and a Cute Monkey. So we've gotten really good non-weapon items. Our weapon levels are okay. Fist, you definitely do want to get to level 2, at least, because it's very cheap, and the low base damage does mean that you want to upgrade it, but we'll be able to find some melee damage soon. Taking a few hits here and there, but as soon as I pick up consumable, and with double, we're fine, and with double Cute Monkey, we're gonna heal very easily as well. That cursed enhanced anemone is gonna be kind of a challenge to take down because my damage is low, but we got it. Definitely need to build some more luck. We have really good consumable healing, so luck is our best healing stat right now. Let me reroll here. I'm not going to take the 7 crit chance, even though we took the insanity earlier. I think I'll roll for a level 2 upgrade if possible, and we'll take 10 harvesting. That's pretty nice. Alright, so here I'm going to buy all of these. I could buy the dynamite just for the curse. I could also ban dynamite because it's a bad item for us, and we get a free reroll by doing that. I think I'm just going to ban it. Buying curse is very good, so you often do want to just buy curse. Even if it's the only stat that the item gives you. But in that spot, we got a free reroll by using the ban there, so I think it was worth it. And then we don't need another Terrified Onion. I'm going to ban that and the Snake now to make other good economy and healing level 1 items appear more. And damage as well. I did pass a few melee damage items early on, and we haven't really gotten offered a good melee damage upgrade since then. We took the 1+2, but need to kill the healers in order to kill the 2 bruisers this wave, with the Goblin Shark and the Walrus both appearing. So taking down the healers so that we can take them out, very important here. Basically, on this character, we just want dodge, armor, health, regen, damage, all the normal things that you want, but because you start with a bunch of bonus stats, it's a little easier to get those. So even though we're playing in melee range, our movement is less important than just raw stats here. We're already at 21 harvesting. I'm going to take 6 melee damage. We've talked a lot about how we want that. We'll pick up a Broken Mouth here and a Cyclops Worm, and then I'll reroll. All right, I'll definitely take a Fertilizer. Loot Worm is typically, it's a little better on Nightmare mode. It's worse for this character because we're very rarely going to drop materials where we can't immediately pick them up. On the other hand, it pulls a level 1 item out of the pool, which is kind of nice, and can kill trees for us without having us be forced to run off after them. So I think I will lock the Loot Worm. I'll lock another helmet. Butterfly I will buy as well, because Lifesteal still not bad for this character, and since I'm buying these 3 items, I'll lock the Boiling Water, then I can ban it and get a reroll. Cursed anglerfish, a lot of damage there, obviously. Go after this tree. The 6 melee damage is helping a lot here, of course. One thing that I haven't had an opportunity to do is build up my dodge, which I definitely do want to do. Because on this character, starting with a ton of dodge gets better the more of it you have. Each point of dodge is better than the point before it, so a character that starts with a lot of dodge is heavily incentivized to build more, since it's more efficient when you buy it. I think I have time to kill this blobfish and get the curse alien kill out of it. Maybe a little less so because we got attacked by a lot of tough enemies at once there. So here I could fix my luck. I could take 3 armor. Armor, of course, is super important. I could build dodge. I think I'm just going to build the dodge. Getting to dodge cap early is something that we're very interested in doing. Then I'll take 4 melee damage because it's a relevant level 2 upgrade. I'll buy the loot worm, helmet, and butterfly, and ban boiling water. It switched the order of the items in the shop. I haven't seen that happen before, but that really threw me. I'll take the penguin. I do want more regeneration. And I'm going to ignore baby elephant. Doc Moth, I'm not a fan of on a really short-range character like this. It's going to be really hard to stay in the aura. But I will buy a fresh meat, just stacking both lifesteal and regen where possible. I'll lock a tractor, and although it does cost me 1 melee damage, Peaceful Bee gives me dodge, which we want very badly, and harvesting, which is fine. So we'll take both of those economy items. And I try to take down the Hatcher there, because our damage is pretty good, but it's not so high that we can let a million slashers spawn. And with short range, I think we're better off than just not letting too many eggs show up. The slashers try to hover at a distance from you, at a sort of medium distance from you. So if you're a really short-ranged character like we are, they can be a little bit harder to deal with. Alright, taking some pretty substantial hits when I take damage here. So I do need to fix my armor, get more dodge, get more regeneration, and obviously play a little bit safer for a moment here. As I say as I walk into a million attacks. But with all of our cute monkeys, we should be okay. I do need to dodge away from this slasher, so I put myself in a fairly bad position in that fight. Our low luck and low movement speed made that a little bit harder, so I just need to fix that. I'll buy all of this, and we definitely do still want more attack speed. Yes, you get 50% bonus attack speed with the Brawler, but more attack speed is better. We'll still buy improved tools. Attack speed is such a good stat that you're always going to buy it, even at really inefficient rates. I'm going to lock all of these items. These are all incredible, and we'll buy a fertilizer here. So now, if I live through this wave, we're in great shape because I was able to buy a ton of harvesting. It did make me weaker for this wave that I spent so much money on economy items in that last shop. So I need to play a little conservatively and carefully in this wave, make sure that I'm killing, the hatchers and clearing the more dangerous enemies. Once I get that cursed mastery, then it'll basically double the damage of all of my weapons here, which of course is incredible. I mean, not quite double, but closer than you might think. I think I'm actually going to avoid killing that cursed blobfish here, just because I'm a little worried about the end of this wave. I will kill this curse alien, though. The end of this wave is really tough on Nightmare mode, because it spawns a huge gang of walruses. I'm going to recycle the turret, we don't need it, and I want to save my ban for a free reroll here. I'll fix my movement speed with this +9 speed, and then we'll take 4 melee damage. And then Cursed Mastery going into the boss fight is great. We'll buy all of this. I could, again, buy 4 Curse here with the eye surgery, or I could ban it for a reroll. I think, again, I'm just going to ban it here, and then we'll do a reroll. Blindfold and Feather, both great finds. We want to increase our dodge. They're good ways to do that. They're efficient ways to do that. buy a fist here, and then I'll roll again. Riposte is actually quite solid, I think, in terms of damage output. It basically is going to work as another weapon once we have 60 dodge. And so I'll buy a charcoal here. Normally, this is a pretty weak item, but for a character that gets a lot of dodge for free, it's not bad. We'll take a fairy. Wheelbarrow, I'm going to pass on. My armor is a little too low, and we have 90 harvesting already. We don't really need more. All right, definitely a tough elite. This one is always a challenge to fight, because it spawns these attacks under you. And being close to it with a low-ranged character can be difficult. Now, we have a decent amount of dodge, so I should be able to keep a good rate of DPS on it. And if I do take a hit, I can back off and heal. This is why we invested in lifesteal, because it means that when I'm in the middle of groups of enemies like this, I'm getting decent healing. But what's really carrying me there is the consumable healing and the triple cursed monkey. Super efficient healing item for this character. Definitely agreeing with my decision earlier to lock that item. Even though it meant that we, it took us a little longer to get reasonable amounts of harvesting. We gave up on some other possible efficient items. My HP was really low, and luck is our best healing stat right now, so Panda is an incredible find there. And then I'm just going to take 9 dodge here, going almost to dodge cap. We're at 58 now. Obviously, Fairy goes a huge way towards fixing our healing issues, and then we're going to buy a couple damage upgrades. I'll take the coffee. Gobbler's Hat. We don't really need the Gobbler's Hat. Losing 15 speed and 10 dodge is pretty bad. On the other hand, it's a super powerful item, so I'm going to take it for fun here. I think if you are trying to just maximize your chance of winning this run, you actually don't take the Gobbler's Hat here. But we're in good enough shape already that I think it's going to be fun to pick it up. And then I'm going to re-roll, definitely take a leather vest. That's exactly what we're looking for, especially after buying Gobbler's Hat, because I'm going to need to fix my dodge. Obviously, that item is incredibly powerful, but in this spot, the stats that it's going to cost us are going to be really dangerous, and it'll take a little while before it really pays off. Clear these eggs while I'm chasing the enhanced hatcher around, taking a bunch of damage here, but I do need to not let too many enhanced slashers spawn. I could have let my loot worm go kill that tree, actually. Would have been more efficient. Get that curse alien kill. We should be able to get another one here. And something that's worth keeping in mind is that this game is balanced for you to win it. You don't need to take risks in order to win most of the time. If you have a run that's on track, it can often be better to just buy just good standard stat upgrades rather than buy wild stuff to try to get the strongest possible endgame run. Now here, I'm going to do that for fun. And obviously, for fun is a great reason to do something in a single-player video game. But if your goal is just to maximize your chance of winning, you don't need to go nuts. You can often just buy normal stuff and ignore anything dangerous, and you'll be just fine. It's not the type of game where you need to take a lot of risks in order to succeed. Trying to kill the enhanced pufferfish at the orthogonal corners, because we don't want to be... Since they fire in the 4 cardinal directions, you don't want to be directly adjacent to them when you kill them. I think this is the first loot alien that we've seen in this run also. So a little bit of poor luck there. Usually you'd have seen 1 by now. I immediately stepped on that projectile, but fortunately that wasn't a problem. Now, we're strong enough that the Gobbler's Hat, my spiel about the Gobbler's Hat and how you can avoid taking it. I think we're going to make excellent use of it, and it's not going to put me in any danger, but it's still worth keeping that in mind. I'm going to take 8% damage here. I could roll. We have 50 luck. I might be able to get a level 3 upgrade, but just taking a relevant damage upgrade is good. We have okay HP. I'm going to roll here. I do want more luck. I'm really hoping for an upgraded movement speed buff, though. So I'll roll again. I guess I'll just take 8% damage over 7 crit chance, because my percent damage is really low, and we're using a weapon where crit chance is less valuable. We'll take a whetstone, and then I'll roll here. Tardigrade is okay with dodge. When you have a lot of dodge, it gets a little more interesting. I could buy it here. I think I'm going to focus just on healing, though. Alright. I don't mind losing 1 max HP each wave from the robot arm. This is a lot of melee damage, so I am going to buy it. I'll buy the Scar. And I'll buy Saltwater as well. It's all stats that we want. Plus, it helps fix my movement speed after we take a hit, at least, when I bought Gobbler's Hat and reduced it. I do like that the actual name, the technical name for the enhanced walrus is Cool Walrus. I am never going to remember the individual names for all of the enhanced enemies, so I'm just going to call them enhanced or buffed or whatever. Definitely want to get a little bit more dodge here. Hitting dodge cap would be really valuable. I want more lifesteal, I want more regeneration, and I want more armor. Those are the most important stats for us. I actually put myself 1 hit from death there. I got a little cocky and walked into a lot of enemy attacks, and the amount of incoming damage with only 10 armor is still extremely high. I'm going to take a goblet here. I think that will be decent healing. I'm going to roll, and then I will take 9 dodge. It puts me over dodge cap, which is great. I will take 10 HP. I have... it does cost me some attack speed, but my max health is pretty low, so fixing that is going to be important. And we'll take a fresh meat. I'll roll here. We'll buy cake. Alien worm. I have +5 consumable healing, and it gives me 3 regen as well, so I'll buy it. Mutation, I don't really want, even though it gives me a regen from the fairy. Pocket Factory. Unfortunately, I've already bought my silly item for the run in the form of Gobbler's Hat, so we're going to have to pass on the Pocket Factory. I'll take the Leather Vest here and Ugly Tooth. I do think it's worth spending 34 on 1 regen for the pencil, so I'll buy that as well, and then we'll go to wave 15. So now I need some move speed. Yeah, we did actually come 1 dodge away from dying in the last wave. 1% dodge away from dying. Because I walked into a bunch of attacks in a row. And try to kill one of these hatchers and not let too many of the eggs spawn here. Got the hatcher. Got that enhanced blobfish kill. But there are just going to be a lot of enemies on the field this wave, so I basically just need to be tanky enough that we can survive by running directly at them. And I'm trying to make sure that I'm killing the slashers. It might look like I'm blindly running into these groups of enemies, but what I'm doing here is I'm hovering just on the outside of the groups so that we take a hit basically every time I don't have invulnerability frames. What you want when you're in a spot like this is to make use of the invulnerability frames that the dodge gives you and that taking damage gives you. When you take a hit, you can afford to step into groups of enemies and then kill a bunch of them, getting lifesteal and consumable healing from that. So it's not quite as simple as just charging in a straight line towards them or as running away from them. And I think I was not really able to talk through it while doing it, but I think if you watch how I moved in that last wave, it'll give you a good idea of how to survive in those more difficult situations. I'm going to take 6 more melee damage here. I could roll for armor. This is my guaranteed... Actually, I'm going to roll for armor here. I really do want more armor. And let's roll. Roll again. Okay, we're missing a lot. I'll roll once more. I could take 4 regen. starting to get really expensive rolling for armor. All right, well, I guess I'm taking 12% damage here because I rolled a million times looking for armor and didn't find any. We'll take 9 crit chance. We'll take the ugly tooth here, and I will keep upgrading my weapons. Roll again. I actually have 19% crit chance, so Tentacle is not bad for us, and I will buy it. I'll take the metal detector, even at the cost of 5% damage here, because luck is so important to this character, and we get to reroll as well. Not going to buy the pencil, because we already have one, so it's no longer giving me regeneration. I am going to take the Power Fist. It's basically like a level 3 fist, but with the explosion. And the explosion isn't bad, and it does a little bit more base damage, so it's worth buying here. We did ban dynamite. I am not worried about that. Alright, so I did, looks like I let a couple mini-bosses spawn. And I do need to be careful about that. They can easily hit you with a ton of damage. So I'm going to try, and this is a fog wave, a darkness wave. So I'm trying to make sure that not too many of them spawn. We don't care that much about the buff stargazers. We just don't want too many mini-bosses on the field because it's going to be hard to dodge all of their projectiles. They fire in a chain, so you can get hit by a bunch of them at once. I'm going to reroll here. I could take the 8% damage. Finally found our 3 armor. I will combine and buy a Power Fist. We'll buy Scar. Fertilizer is a little late at this point. Okay, well, we have a Tentacle. Pile of Books, by the way, has the numbers on this item are off when it's cursed. Some items got a stat multiplier when they're cursed because the basic effect of the item doesn't do anything when it gets cursed, so they got more stats to compensate for that. But because Pile of Books had the stats on it, the base stats on it increased and was moved to a lower tier, now when you find it cursed, it has a wildly higher multiplier than any other item in the game, basically, which is kind of funny. And now we're up to 50% crit chance to go with our Tentacle, which is actually pretty good. I have 24 engineering, so this nail is really good. And we'll take a candy bag just for fun. It's probably just going to be extra elite spawns, but that's fun to have. Also, I'm definitely going to roll past the power fists, because it's an item I almost always ignore. You do have to be pretty careful about the enhanced stargazers. They are extremely dangerous, because they move significantly faster and have way more health than the base ones. I don't want to let too many enhanced mini-bosses spawn either. And again, there, we just sort of spiraled around the enemies. Oh, I let one spawn. I just sort of spiraled around the enemies, taking advantage of invulnerability frames. Very important to pay attention to those. You have a short period of invincibility after you get hit. I'll take the lemonade, that's great. I'll just take 4 melee damage here, and then more crit chances and armor are both good, but let's take 15% attack speed. I'm going to buy all of these items, and we'll buy Dangerous Bunny. I'll reroll. Definitely not buying a Weird Ghost. I only have 13 regen, and we're going into possibly a double elite wave. I will take the Broken Mouth. I'll take Propeller Hat here. We'll take Broken Mouth, and I'll lock the cake, and then I'll reroll. Black Belt. Yes, luck is important, but I'm going to lock it here as well. I'm still desperate for a move speed upgrade. I might have to spend my level 25 level up on move speed. Right now, my move speed is terrible, which is, of course, a consequence of picking up the Gobbler's Hat, but really dangerous. All right, so we killed the elite. Did get a cursed mini-boss spawning, which is basically as bad as an elite. But we killed that one as well. Need to, again, be careful about my positioning around the enhanced pufferfish, because they hit really hard. Gonna try to clear at least one of the mini-bosses as it spawns. Okay, took a lot of hits there. And you can see that my healing is still very reliant on attacking enemies because my regen is low. So I do need to fix my regeneration. Because as soon as I move away from enemies, we are not gaining a lot of health. I'm going to recycle the heavy bullets here. Robot arm is 3 melee damage for -1 HP. I think I'm just going to take the 80 materials here. And then I am going to unfortunately have to just take move speed. We'll buy all of these items. The black belt I'm just buying for the melee damage. I'm not going to buy the knot. We probably should. As always, this item's incredibly efficient. We're almost at the end game, so you can upgrade it. But I'd like the opportunity to buy a legendary weapon if it does show up. And then we can buy a fist here. We'll buy another alien worm. Yes, consumable healing still important, but alien worm giving me some regen is nice. We'll take the missile and we'll roll. And then cursed penguin, that's great. Padding, I don't really need. We have 90 HP. Okay, nice. Some cursed items are exactly what we're looking for. I'll lock the head injury. Scarf, I'm not going to buy going into the boss wave. If I could have afforded it this wave, it would have been great, but obviously, the boss wave is too dangerous when you've increased the move speed, especially because I do have Candy Bag. Which also, by the way, the Candy Bag we just bought for fun. It's not, if not super efficient to buy it that late, and it is somewhat dangerous, but if we do get extra enemy spawns, extra elite spawns, then it's really fun. The Cursed Enhanced Walrus. Super scary. One of the most dangerous enemies in the game. Just has absurd amounts of health and damage, and it charges you, so it's hard not to get hit by it. But at this point, I've built enough defensive stats that we're in pretty good shape to just run directly at the enemies. And use our iframes to survive. And then here I'm going to reroll. Yeah, I'll take 4% lifesteal. I'll reroll for a better upgrade. I guess I'll take 4% more lifesteal. 25% is a lot of lifesteal going into the boss fight. Take a head injury. Bonk Dog, I don't think that this is going to do that much in the boss fight. I mean, it does hit pretty hard. We have 63 melee damage, and it's cursed, of course. I'm going to buy it for science. We'll see how much damage it does this wave. Fruit Basket is okay. Going against the bosses, there are fewer enemies on the field, and so Fruit Basket is less valuable. So I think we'll take the Gnome. It does decrease my regen, but 10 more melee damage is great. And then I'm going to roll here. I'm not going to take an uncursed Bonk Dog. I'll reroll. I will lose 2 melee damage to buy a Schmoop, and I'll buy Insanity. Small Fish is okay against the bosses, which is obviously all we care about, so I'll pick that up now. Toolbox, even though we have Nail, is way damage negative, so we're of course not going to take it. And then here I will buy Banner. Range and attack speed aren't bad. I can't really use this Fist unless I sell the level 2, or level 1, which I guess I will, because this upgrade is all we can get. It's better than nothing. We'd be re-rolling for 42. And then let's go to the boss wave. Oh, nice. We got an armor and some luck there. Good stats to roll off of our candy bag. All right, so I took a lot of damage. I'm going to back off just a little bit here. And heal back up. And then we'll finish off Serpent Boss. And then we'll run at the Whale Boss. And there we go. All right, and that is my win a run in Nightmare to unlock the Wounded. Of course, the save reset after the beta, so I'm going to have to get my wins again to get my red borders on everything. taking a look at this run, I think that this was exactly as you would kind of expect a Brawler run to play out. The main thing that was interesting was we ended up with early negative luck, so I had to heavily prioritize fixing that. And obviously, triple Cute Monkey was huge in the early game. 671 healing from the 3 Cute Monkeys. Ridiculous amounts of healing. The Jerky, of course, was very good early. We ended up with a lot of harvesting, which was nice. 133 materials from Loot Worm. We had this Mastery, the Cursed Mastery that we got was great. Fairy ended up being 18 regen, which was all of our regen. A weirdly low regeneration run for a melee character, but we ended up with a lot of early lifesteal, which worked out fine as well. Riposte did 15k damage, not great, honestly. Maybe even on this character, it's just not amazing. I mean, this is a bad item overall, so not that surprising that even on the best character for it, it didn't really perform. What else? We had 86 healing from the Tentacle, which is not bad either. Candy Bag, of course, for 24 stats. And the Bonk Dog we wanted to look at did 11k damage in the last wave. So, yeah, it was basically an extra weapon. So, honestly, not bad on the Cursed Bonk Dog in the final wave there. So, I guess that was worth buying. Alright, my friends, hope that you enjoyed this look at the Brawler, and I think that the key to this character is to try to lean into the things that it does well, just charge at the enemies. I think a lot of players get themselves in trouble by trying to build range and sit at, you know, be a distance fighter, but you really gotta get in close when you're playing the Brawler. As always, of course, if you have enjoyed the video, then feel free to leave a comment and hit like. Helps me out with the algorithm, so I appreciate you taking the time to do that. And of course, you can subscribe to my channel for more Brotato and other strategy game analysis. Cheers, folks. I'll catch you next time.